knowing that they're just two kids who are staring at me, and maybe the rest of the world, which this video might come across, is ferocious to me. Like, it's scary. I have social anxiety and I'm a lawyer. Great start. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Igama asanda wakanti. Welcome. Hi. Okay, so today we are going to deal with, this is my second sit down video. I enjoyed doing that the last time and I'm going to try and do it again. Hopefully it's not as shaky as it was the previous video. Okay, anyways, so today we're going to talk about the thing that keeps me up at night. Has taken so much away from me and has stepped on my potential in so many levels, and that is anxiety. And today I'll stick to social anxiety. See what I did just there? How does one know that they have anxiety? Well, growing up, I was the shy but talkative girl, like talkative kid. Like I'd be around people that I don't know, and the moment they start talking to me, I wanna cry. Yes. Don't laugh, but yeah, it's always been like that. The moment that they start talking to me, I wanna cry because I feel so awkward around them. But the moment that I get into a space where I feel comfortable around them, I can speak for days. I'll be the best person to be around. So it went on and on and on to varsity. Varsity, I had like 5 friends who I only saw in class or when I needed to. But other than that, I didn't like any social activity like going to watch soccer or whatever it is that students get up to. Not my job, not a thing, not a fan. Fabu zero and easy. So that's just the background of me and my social fears and social anxiety. Because I'm an introvert, obviously, so it's not really helping my anxiety. I'm an introvert, even at home. Yes, I talk because I know how to express myself at some points, but I just like my space. It's how I am. So that's the difference between social anxiety and introvert. Social anxiety is somebody who fears, like you are in so much fear of being social, fear of being embarrassed, fear of messing things up. I get that fear a lot. I would walk out of the place not saying the things that I needed to say just because I'm afraid of being embarrassed. Yes, I know. And that actually affects a lot of things, because I would leave work knowing that I want to know about something, but because I'm afraid of what could happen if I say this, or what could happen if I suggest this, that it ends up not being done. And a few days later or a day later, the thing that I was afraid to say or do is actually something that I'm asked to do, or something that is suggested to me. And I always kick myself because I'm like, I actually knew that, but I was just afraid of saying. Yet I've been there for how many months now? 9, 10, I don't know. But it's been a while, but I'm still very much afraid. Don't know, maybe it will get better someday. But yeah, that's the first thing about me and my social anxiety. We know what social anxiety can actually take from all of us. Hopefully not all of us are suffering from this craziness, but yeah. But it takes so much that we end up not living to our full potential. I know that I'm a great person. Like in everything that I do, I know that I'm good because I always prepare myself, and I always at every time, like I'm always prepared. But my preparation is always stumbled upon by the social anxiety. Even right now, I've been preparing for this since Friday. It's Sunday today, but might mess it up because with the social anxiety, there's this thing at the back of your head that keeps on saying, "Oh, you messed this up, you messed this up." That you end up not doing it. You end up, if it's going out with friends, you always like, "Oh my God, what are we gonna talk about? I haven't seen these people in a while. What if there are other people that I meet and they don't like me?" Like meeting up with friends, going to a party. Yes, I've even avoided going to parties, going out, doing this and that, because I always feel like, "Oh my God, what if something goes wrong?" So there's that. And then there's the real anxiety. Like, I'm not saying like social anxiety is not real anxiety. It is anxiety as well. But I was not medically diagnosed for social anxiety, but I was diagnosed for anxiety in 2017. Yes, 2017. And I was on treatment. I think it was citalopram. That's the name of the medication. Only get it once it's prescribed. It helped with reducing the feelings of anxiety, because I was so anxious that parts of my body started not working, because my heart and my brain were pacing so much about things that were happening in my life at that point. We'll get to speak about them at some point, or just go read my blog. I'll link it down below. Yes. So with that, you end up losing and failing on things that you love the most. I ended up failing at school, ended up not attending school, not because I was sick or anything, but because my body and my brain were just not cooperating. Like my brain wanted to be to go crazy and like we don't want to be here. My body wants to go to school, to do this and that, but my brain is like, "We're not doing that. We will fail." Before even failing, before even attempting a test, before doing whatever. That's what anxiety does. It convinces you that you can't do certain things when you actually can. And that's when you get anxious, your heart paces, and you're like, "I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this." That's why some people end up, what's this thing? Deferring exams. I've deferred exams, not because I was not ready, but because I was so anxious of the fact that I might actually not be ready, even after studying. I have exams that are supposed to be coming up. Well, I've not studied for that, so no, I'm not going to write. This is not anxiety talking. This is reality talking. I've not studied I've not studied English. I've not studied at all, and the exams are in a few weeks. So I've decided that I'll prepare myself and write on the next cycle of exams. So that's out of the way. That's okay to know that you are not ready. But to be ready, prepare yourself. I'd stay up all night. That's how anxiety even got to me. I'd stay up all night, study, prepare, everything. 2 hours before the exams in the morning, I'd be like, "I'm not ready." And I don't go and write. That's when I realized, no, it's a problem. And I got treatment. It has gotten better, but it's not at a place that I wanted to be at. So social anxiety, those are things that I face every time, and they have taken so much of my potential. They have stopped me from following so much that I could, because I know everyone always says, "You're strong." I look like a cheerleader. "You're strong." I know I am. I know I'm good at certain things, but the fear of it not being received well has stopped me from actually starting a channel 2 years ago, because I was like, I had all the time in the world. I think I was only doing 3 modules, but I just didn't start because I was like, no, people will not like me. And if they do, what am I going to do with people liking me? So I was like, I'm not doing that. Now that I've rambled about how anxiety has messed up my life, let's talk about getting treatment in South Africa. Many people feel that you need to be on medical aid, see a private doctor, do this and that in order to be treated for certain mental illnesses, or for certain illnesses that are rare, because anxiety is actually an illness. It's a mental illness, whatever, a mental health issue. I used to see a psychiatrist for this, not just a psychologist, because I was sick and I was diagnosed and I was in treatment and it got better. And I did all of that for free. Well, you pay 40 rands for your card, but I did it in a public clinic. I did it in a public hospital. Me being sick started when my body started acting up. Obviously, it was before that, but I started taking it seriously as to say, okay, maybe something is wrong, because my body started acting differently and I could no longer control it. And I went to hospital, free hospital, King Edward. That's where I first started my treatment, and I was they first put me on epilepsy medication. Yes, anxiety could lead you to have episodes that look like you have epilepsy, when actually you're not. You just have anxiety that, like, some part of your brain has some chemical reaction. They explained it, and it's different for every person, because it could be a different side of the brain, it could be a different side of the body. Whatever it is, I cannot remember how exactly they explained the issue to me, but they needed to make sure that the chemical reactions, or the chemical whatever, scientists, you're going to have to help me on this. But they then were able to balance everything and get everything back to normal. It happens. I still get panic attacks. I got a panic attack this year. It was after lockdown. I get panic attacks for things that I do not have control over. Yeah, that's just me. So I had a panic attack. It was short, and I did not know what to do. You get those episodes, you get those things even after having treatment. But it's better. It gets better because you now know how to act when you get a certain panic attack. You know how to act when you are faced with an episode of anxiety. You know how to treat yourself. And you know that it's not your fault. Like, you get to understand your condition. That's why I'd recommend going to seek medical help. So here in South Africa, go to a clinic. Here, our health center here in Mtwalume, I used to collect my medication when I'm at home. I'm sure you can still do. They have a psychiatrist and a psychologist, which are free. You get to see those people for free. So do not sleep on the public health medical facilities. They are there for us, people who cannot afford private medical treatment. I cannot afford it. Like, I can't. So there's that. You get a referral to hospital. Yes, it's a longer process because obviously it's public. We know how our public facilities work. But you will get the treatment. And if it's something that's really urgent, you will get the treatment immediately. When I was sick, I was there for something else, and they realized that actually this person needs help, and I was admitted immediately and got treated. By the time I was out of the hospital, I was completely treated and was able to actually get back on my feet to now start over, to now get my life back. I started attending classes, I started writing exams, I started pushing myself after having been away from school for so long. So you will get better, but you need to go and seek that treatment yourself. you need to. How then do you cope if you're still if you haven't seek medical treatment? Ways to treat yourself, which a psychologist would also do this for you with you. Check out mindfulness videos here on YouTube. They'll help you to be present, to try and be present at any place that you are at, because you get lost in your thoughts. You get lost in your thoughts of failing something. You get lost in your thoughts of doing something differently, instead of being present, studying, reading, being present, doing an argument in court, or whatever the case might be. Try and reach yourself back and put yourself back at the moment that you are in. My psychologist used to tell me that if I'm studying and seeing that I'm getting lost, I just need to touch something that's next to me. Say, for example, I'm in an office typing or reading, and I forget about what I'm doing and start feeling anxious. Just touch the keyboard. It will remind you that you are in an office and typing. See, that's what I used to do, and that's what I would recommend. But look at mindfulness. Mindfulness really helps, meditation, being present, and taking care of your health. My other coping mechanism is gym. I work out 5 times a week. I try to work out 5 times a week. Sometimes I wake up and be like, I don't want to go there. But I realize after seeing that, what it did to me, how it made me feel, how it improved my day. I actually go there every day so that I get a better day. I get a day where I'm not feeling anxious because I've accomplished. Because here's the thing with anxiety. Ways to treat it is to try and control other things in your life. I know when I go to the gym, I've actually accomplished something. Even if I get there and do nothing, I actually woke up and got there, and that's an accomplishment to me. So try and find things that make you happy, and try and find things that you are able to do and able to control. And things that are not going to affect you, because some other people would try and look into things or substances that are not good for your health. So try and find something that you have control over. Maybe go for a walk. It's unsafe, but maybe other places it's safer. But try and find something that will make you better, that will, because it's mostly feelings, guys. It's mostly feelings. So if you find writing, because I used to write a lot more than I do now, and writing actually was an escape, because I get to be with my thoughts and pen them down and express the way that I feel, in ways that I feel about anything that's happening in my life at that point, and that made me feel better. So find something. What else do you need to do? Eat. Because if you don't eat, I also used to do that. Skip meals, do this and that. Eat, do not overeat, because I realize that I'm being anxious when I start overeating, eating like a crazy person. That's when I realize it's okay. Something is not okay, and I need to find out what is that and get back into myself. So yeah, man. And finally, guys, do not find somebody who you're going to talk to. Do not sleep on speaking to people. I was lucky because when I started having these feelings of anxiety, I was in varsity. And in varsity, well, our school, they used to offer psychologists for free. So every week I'll be down at the counselor's office and getting some therapy every week, just to be there and speak about how my week has been, and it helped me cope. So if you can't afford to do that, or if it's harder to get to a clinic and get a psychologist on your own, find somebody who you know is going to talk, you can talk to and does not judge you. Even if they judge you, doesn't matter. You've gotten a place to dump all your issues to. You've gotten a person who is just going to dump all your issues and be like, I feel better. Now, go on, judge, do whatever, but I feel better. So get yourself that person, get yourself that space, get yourself something. Maybe if it's sitting down on a camera and just speaking, and if you believe in God or believing in your spiritual health, try sort that out as well. Try connecting to your ancestors, to your God, to whatever that you pray to. It will help you to get better. It will help you to feel better. It will help you to not feel alone. Because whenever I feel like I am so anxious, I do not know, I have a higher power that I talk to. It's either I call on my ancestors, or I call God, or I call both, because at that point I feel like I need something better than my knowing. I need something better than my doing, and you need that in your life. You need something to run to, and yeah. So that's it. How do you close a video? Okay, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys who are suffering from anxiety or anything of that sort, try and get help and get assisted. We don't need to be losing any other person in 2020, especially from anxiety, depression, or whatever. We do not need that. Get your healing, babes. Bye.